Well, all right. How about we dive into another reading from the secret language of birthdays for May 9th, the day of moral courage. Hey, if it's May 9th and it's your birthday, I just want to extend you a heartfelt happy birthday. And if your birthday is some time ago, I just want to say I hope you had a happy birthday. For all those of you who are curious and just dropping in to check things out and learn more about May 9th, I just want to say welcome, and I hope we're able to satiate some of that curiosity. All right, let's move on. To May is your month and the day of the 9th. Your sign is 18 to 20 degrees Taurus. Your period is Taurus II specifically, and your elemental qualities is fixed earth. All right, May 9th, the day of moral courage. Those born on May 9 carry a sense of fairness that makes their word dependable and usually holds others to their promises as well. Without personal assurances of justice and fair play, life would have little meaning for them. Moreover, they have the courage to fight, even to give their lives for what they believe is right. To support or even establish a cause comes naturally to these committed and often driven people. A good part of the problem that May people invariably encounter involves their being carried away by ideas, causes, or personal goals, and not planning realistically. Indeed, many May 9 people hold unrealistic expectations. Even when an objective is patently unattainable, still it is difficult for them to give up. Ultimately, there may be a self-destructive urge at work, a particular hallmark of more unevolved individuals born on this day. All May 9 people must learn to increase their effectiveness by occasionally letting go of idealistic hopes and learning to see things as they really are. Regardless of their physical appearance, which may be diminutive or delicate, May 9 people radiate a power which cannot be ignored. All right? And yet, rarely will they be openly aggressive. Their strengths lie in defense, including the defense of others who need help or protection. So those born on this day are persuasive and display a charisma that guarantees friends and supporters. However, one big problem they face is their anger, which can be terrible. Associates, friends, and family soon learn how apparently quiet, reasonable people can react when their standards of fairness are breached, or if they are pushed too far. Sooner or later, May 9 people will have to learn to control their tempers, if only for the physical safety of those around them. May 9 people are on the side of the underdog. They hate tyranny of any sort, whether from powerful individuals or institutions. If their moral standards are met, those born on this day will be generous, gentle, and happy. If not, they can become overly intense, impatient, or irritable. When they fix on something that upsets them, they can make family and friends unhappy. Thus, if they seek peace, they had better gravitate to lifestyles and occupations which allow them to work creatively and don't upset their moral nature. Yet there are those May 9 people who relish their role as reformer or protester and need struggle to feel fulfilled, regardless of the personal cost. The Taurian love of beauty and nature is highly developed in May 9 people. When they keep their goals within reason, those born on this day actually display a fine sense of materials, both artistic and commercial, and a well-developed business acumen. May 9 people are not ones to waste their money or energies on flighty endeavors. They seek solid gains and results in everything they do. Their great challenge is one of self-control, essential for their success in the world. All right, hey, let's move on to those born on this day so you can see what kind of company May 9 people are in, all right? Born on this day, we got John Brown. He was a militant abolitionist, father of 20 children, and led raids on Harper's Ferry, intending slave revolution in the South, and he was hanged. Daniel Berrigan, he was an activist priest and a pacifist. James Barrie, a Scottish playwright, wrote Peter Pan. Pancho Gonzalez, he was a tennis champion, multiple U.S. Open and Wimbledon winner, dominated sport for 10 years, and he was a coach. Glenda Jackson, she was a British stage film actress and a politician. Billy Joel, the singer, pianist, songwriter. Albert Finney was a British stage film actor. Mike Wallace, TV reporter, investigative journalist of 60 Minutes. Carlo Maria Gialuni was an Italian conductor. Ralph Boston, U.S. Olympic gold medal winning long jumper. Dave Prater, a soul singer of Sam and Dave. James Haggerty, Eisenhower press secretary. We got Anton Cermak, he was a Chicago mayor, and he was assassinated. Catherine Kuhlman, she was a faith healer and a minister. Henry Kaiser, an industrialist, automaker, builder, and engineer. Gordon Bunshaft, he was an architect and a skyscraper designer. And we got Vance DeVoe Brandt, who was a U.S. astronaut. Jan Dibbets, Dutch conceptual painter. Orville L. Freeman, U.S. Marine, Semper Fi, and a Minnesota governor. And Dietrich Buxtehude, German organist, composer. All right, let's move on to your numbers and your planets. Those born on the 9th of the month are ruled by the number 9 and the planet Mars. The number 9 is powerful in its influence on other numbers. Any number added to 9 yields that number. Example, 5 plus 9 equals 14, and 4 plus 1 equals 5. Any number multiplied by 9 yields a 9. So 9 times 5 is 45, and 4 plus 5 is 9. And May 9 people are similarly able to influence those around them. The planet Mars is forceful and posits male energy, but here it is muted by Venus, the ruling planet of Taurus, which carries female energy. Thus, May 9 people may be less aggressive, perhaps preferring a position of comfortable repose. The Mars-Venus combination can also lend strongly to magnetic sexual qualities of the May 9 person. All right, let's move on to your tarot. The 9th card of the major arcana is the Hermit, who walks carrying a lantern and a stick. He represents meditation, isolation, and silence. The card signifies crystallized wisdom and ultimate discipline. The Hermit is a taskmaster who uses conscience to keep others on their path. The positive side of this card is the stick-to-itiveness, purpose, profundity, and concentration. Negative meanings include dogmatism, intolerance, mistrust, and discouragement. This card can serve as a model of self-control for May 9 people. Moving on to your health. Those born on May 9 must beware of Martian influences, anger, and recklessness, which can bring physical injuries and accidents. Because of their fearless nature and temper when roused, May 9 people may fall to recognize potential dangers of highly stressful situations. Learning to distance themselves from emotions and be more accepting of imperfection will directly influence their health and happiness. Meditation, yoga, or any therapy encouraging increased awareness, insight, and self-control is recommended. May 9 diets should be kept low in strongly yang foods, like meat, but certain yin substances like sugar should also be limited. Vegetables and fruit, grains and fish are recommended. All right, let's move on to some advice. Do your best to control that temper. Remember that others have the right to be the way they are, too. Let up a bit in your intensity of your judgments. This will make you and those around you much happier. Learn to be more forceful when you are too slack and less forceful when you are too rigid. All right, let's move on to your meditation. People generally shout at each other when they are far away. Okay, a little bit of insight there if you think about it for a moment. Let's move on to your strengths and your weaknesses. Your moral, protective, and fair. Your weaknesses: unforgiving, puritanical, unrealistic. All right. Once again, you're a Taurus II specifically. Your element of qualities is fixed earth, and your season is spring. And this has been the secret language of birthdays. I got a link for this down in the description there, an affiliate link. And just let me tell you, this thing is a great coffee table book. So if you're looking for something that's going to be a great icebreaker, for a conversation starter for parties or whatever, or just anybody who happens to visit, even if you don't believe in what they call the personology or the zodiac type stuff, I'll tell you, the people who I've let read this book and other people around them who've come in to kind of read along, they've agreed that it describes him pretty well more often than not. And if the person it concerns doesn't necessarily agree, the other person tends to agree. So it's kind of funny in that way. But in any event, hey, if it was your birthday today, I just want to wish you a happy birthday once again. And if you dropped into the channel at random, hey, thanks for joining us. I hope your curiosity was satiated. And I hope you join us again for your birthday. All right, thanks.